Hi, welcome back. I wasn't expecting that so soon, but welcome. Thank you for being here with us. It's just an absolute pleasure. I hope you've been enjoying the programming so far on COVD TV. My name is Matthias. As you know, this is Ariel over here.
Hi.
And she's been on the phone all night, and it's just been an absolute pleasure having you here. At home. Everyone's at home these days, let's face it. And as you know, we're just a couple of recently unemployed musicians transitioning into a new industry, a brand new industry for us. And the wonderful people at COVD have been so kind as to let us sort of take things over. We just sort of took over the station, and here we are. And we've got some fabulous stuff lined up for you. We've got cooking, we've got gardening. We've got all kinds of tips and tricks for surviving in this quarantine-y, pandemic-y kind of world. We've got music, of course, and so much more. And I really want to thank you for supporting cable access television. And if you would like to keep the dream of cable access alive, you can do so in so many different ways. You could give us a call. Ariel's standing by the phone.
Hi, yes, I've been taking calls from viewers such as yourselves all night.
It's true.
It's wonderful to speak with you. Thank you so much.
That's true. And if you want to do things the newfangled way, you can do that too. You can donate to us via the PayPal tip jar. The link is there on the screen. I've also been told I should say it's above and below you right now, so the link is in a lot of places. You can do things that way. You can support us on Patreon.com. You could even peruse our Bandcamp store for the remnants of our former lives as musicians. We're trying to sell absolutely everything. Everything must go, as they say. But that's enough chatter from us. We'll be back with you intermittently throughout the programming. But now I think we might as well get to some music. Why don't we join Ariel and Matthias by the fire?
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of our new show.
Why don't you pull up a seat by the fire?
Yes. Uncomfortably close, perhaps.
It's quite hot.
The first song that we're going to play for you is called Never Work. It is the title track from our forthcoming duo record, which was meant to come out in 2 days, but is now coming out on May 1st.
International Labor Day.
Yes. So
everyone will remember.
The album, like the song, is called Never Work.
And this one is going out to Monique in Edmonton. You look so unemployed tonight.
I brought the matches and the flashlight.
We can wander past the public pool
and stop behind the old abandoned school where we first dated. The letters are faded with age, but it's still painted there in teenage haste. Never work,
never suffer, never tip your hat to another, never be a man or a son, never work. Lying on our backs on the old tennis court.
I was never into racket sports,
but remember hiding from the teacher.
Our own society underneath the bleachers. We were dreamers. The smell of saltpeter, sulfur and charcoal. We had the spark, we wanted more sparkle.
Never work, never suffer, never beat the team to the buzzer, never button your shirt, never work. major,
walking hand in hand like we're still teenagers.
Hard to imagine this used to be a bank.
I siphoned 6 or 7 liters from the tank.
Your folks won't mind, they're barely dry, 'cause they're retired, and everybody loves a good bonfire. Never work, never suffer, never let the going get tougher, never be too clean for the dirt. Never work, never suffer, never tip your hat to another, never be a mammal serve. Never work. That's it. That's our new song. It's a new song.
New sound.
Just to think, we right now in an alternate universe, we'd be on tour playing one of the first shows of the release tour for that record.
Yeah.
Such was not to be, though. We'll be back with some more music in a little bit by the fire. Just gonna stoke it up, maybe get a delicious hot drink. And for now, take a look at this. When most people hear the word garden, they think of a verdant summer landscape filled with flowers and a million shades of green, bees busily buzzing. But I think that a garden can be lovely at any time of year. And so today, I'm exploring the winter garden. And I thought, what better place to start than right here on Prince Edward Island in my own vegetable plot. So as you can see here, I've laid out the garden in a series of raised beds. Each is about 4 by 8 feet, and I use companion planting to help each kind of vegetable grow the best that it can. So each vegetable has other plants that it likes and some that it doesn't. So I plant my tomatoes with basil and so on. And over here you can see in this raised bed I've got my perennial crop of strawberries with their friends, the asparagus. You really have to use your imagination, I suppose, to envision summer's bounty. And there's a lot that the camera can't capture, but if you come in close, we'll see what we can see in the winter garden. I like to come out here on a clear winter's day and just take it all in. Something very special out here. The smells of the winter garden, the delicate foliage, the way all of these different shades of white play off each other in the winter light. Something very, very special indeed. I do hope you've enjoyed your tour through my winter garden. I hope that I've been able to show you something about how the structure, the form, the textures, and the light and color all play off of one another to show the subtle beauty of a garden at rest. And I hope you'll join me next week when I explore a pond covered in ice.
Hello, and welcome to My Collection, the show where I show you my collections. Today, we're going to be looking at my collection of snow globes. What is a snow globe, you might ask? Well, a snow globe, for example this one, is a little tiny world encased in glass or plastic, and if you shake it, snow, or in this case glitter, because it's Las Vegas, swirls around inside the globe. I think they're magical. I love traveling, and everywhere I go, I try to find a snow globe to take home, a little tiny precious world to put on my shelf and remember places by. Some of my favorites include this one of Las Vegas. I really love that it's on a set of dice. How neat! Some other ones that I like include these ones. From Wales, it has a Welsh dragon in it and snowy peaks. And this one from Brighton. I like the plastic ones because, well, they're just a little bit sadder and sillier, and I like that. Some other snow globes that I really love include this one from Braemar. It's also plastic, and it's from a smaller place where they probably don't make as many snow globes. When I find snow globes in small places, I get especially excited. And it's snowing. Sometimes my friends give me snow globes, and I really like that too. This one is from my friend Phoebe and George. George is 4, and he picked out this lovely King Kong eating Manhattan snow globe for me. Another snow globe that was given to me by a friend was this one. It was given to me by my friend Charlie, and I really appreciated that she thought of me when she came to visit. It's of Prince Edward Island, which is where I'm from, and it's snowing on the beach, which I like. Snow globes are special little lands inside glass, and I love to look at them so much. Thank you for joining me to take a look at some of my snow globe collection. And join me next time on my collection when I will show off my collection of souvenir tea towels, including this one of the cheeses of Italy.
Welcome to What's That Bird? Everyone's favorite quiz show that asks questions about birds. Normally, of course, we'd be in our fancy television studio, but because of the global apocalypse, we're here at home. Let's meet our contestants, shall we? First up is Peter DeMakos, whose indie band Blimp Rock exists for the sole purpose of raising 700,000 Canadian dollars to put on a gig in a blimp above Lake Ontario. Talk about social distancing. He's also recently released an album all about plants for kids under the name Pete Moss. Get it? Pete Moss. Anyway, Peter's also an avid birder. Peter, tell us, what's your favorite bird?
My favorite bird right now is the turkey vulture.
Thanks, Peter. That's really interesting. Now let's...
I like turkey vultures because I think they're underappreciated. They are super important. They are nature's cleanup crew. They really do nature's dirty work. And I mean dirty work.
Peter, that's wonderful. I love hearing about this. Now let's go...
Turkey vultures are also almost hilariously gross. If they're scared, they will puke, and their puke smells so bad because it's entirely made up of partly digested, rotting, dead things that most predators will back off at that point.
Thank you, Peter.
They also puke when they just want to be lighter, like if they have to fly a really long distance. I think turkey vultures are pretty great.
Well, good. Thank you, Peter. Your passion for the turkey vulture is certainly very clear. Now, we're off to eastern Scotland to meet Adam Ross. It turns out Adam is also a musician, and his band Randolph Sleep had to cancel their entire spring tour due to the collapse of society. Adam, welcome to the program. Now, as you're all aware, the golden eagle is the national bird of Scotland. But Adam, we're curious. Tell us, If the eagle was ever knocked from its perch, which bird should take its place as the Scottish feathered emblem?
Forget your golden eagle, son. The true bird of Scotland is and shall always be broadcaster, journalist, Jackie Bird.
Thanks, Adam. Great to have you on the show this week. Our third contestant joins us all the way from Toronto, where they play the bass guitar in an indie band called Karoo. What's with all these musicians this week? They must be out of work and looking to win some of our fabulous prizes. Robin is a seasoned twitcher and they never go anywhere without their binoculars. Robin, tell us if you would, what's the rarest bird you've spied through your specs?
The rarest bird I've ever spotted would have to be, the Sora.
Well, that's just fabulous. And now we have a very special surprise for you. Joining us all the way from Antarctica, please welcome our fourth contestant, Paula Penguin. Well, Paula, I must say it's a real pleasure to have you on the show, though I fear you're a bit of a ringer in this particular game. Look out, humans. Now, everybody ready? Let's play What's That Bird? Question 1. Light as a feather doesn't quite fit when describing this chunky chickie, the heaviest flying bird on Earth. Note, I stress the flying bit.
Is it a wandering albatross?
No, I'm sorry, even heftier. Sorry, Paula. Close, but no signet. You're absolutely right, Robin. It is the great bustard, Otis tarda, the only member of the genus Otis. The males can weigh over 40 pounds, so too much effort leaves this bustard flustered. The judges tell me they would have also accepted its cousin, the Cory bustard, native to Africa, which is tied for title of beefiest bird on the wing. Are you ready for question 2? Let's do this! Sometimes called the Steve Vai of the sky, the Yngwie Malmsteen of the garden bird scene, this tiny shredder can hit over 700 notes per minute in its famously fantastic song.
It must be a wren. Is it the Carolina wren?
No, I'm sorry, close.
Is it Bewick's wren?
Close. No, Paula, I'm sorry, that's not the correct answer.
A Eurasian wren!
You're absolutely right, Peter, and that's 10 points for you. It is the Eurasian wren. The male Eurasian wren will build 3 or 4 different nests for its mate, who then chooses her favorite. The nests themselves resemble little caves, giving the bird its Latin name, Troglodytes troglodytes. And that's 10 out of 10 for the gent who kens wrens. Are you ready for question 3? What's that bird? Question 3 comes to us in the form of a riddle. Let me recite. When hungry and in a rush, down under, in the brush, I don't blush or squirm. I break wind at worms. I'm a... No, I'm sorry, Paula, it's still not a penguin. Let me repeat the riddle. When hungry and in a rush, down under in the brush, I don't blush or squirm. I break wind at worms.
Bassian thrush.
Yes, Adam, you're absolutely right. The correct answer is Zoothera lunulata, aka the Bassian thrush. This Australian stinker finds its lunch by disturbing worms underneath the soil with its farts. I, for one, am not in a rush to have a brush with that thrush. Well, it's time for question 4, which could be the last question of What's That Bird this week. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. We've got Peter with 10 points, Robin also 10 points, Adam has 10 points as well. Paula is behind with 0 points. But there's a chance Paula could tie things up and we'd move on to a lightning round if Paula can get this question right. Let's see what happens. Question 4. What is the fastest swimming bird in the world? I'm sorry, Paula. The judges tell me they're looking for a more specific answer.
It's the Gentoo penguin, I believe. Sorry, Paula.
Robin, this means you've won this quarantine edition of What's That Bird? Are you ready to see which fabulous prizes you'll be taking home? Robin, as a reward for your superior birding knowledge, we're sending you this nearly full box of birthday candles. We shouldn't be taking electricity for granted these days, and these will get you through at least a couple of nights once the grid finally goes down. Congratulations. No long beaks, though, because everyone's a winner on What's That Bird? Adam, for your efforts, we're sending you this mostly unused roll of toilet paper, which we know has become rarer than a corn crake in your country. Congratulations, Adam. Come back anytime. And Peter, for you, we have this possibly expired bottle of mead. And last but not least, Paula, we really appreciate your effort in breaking into that research station and being with us all the way from Antarctica today. So for you, we have a lifetime supply of surströmming, the Swedish fermented herring. Thanks to everyone for playing along with us at home and all of our contestants once again. I think you're all winners. We'll see you next week in quarantine for What's That Bird? Hey everyone, we're back. We'll play some more songs by the fire now. You had a lot of requests for us, which is wonderful, and we will eventually get to all of them, depending on how long the network keeps us on the air, of course. This song that we're about to play was not one of your requests. Not a single one of you asked for this song, but the times that we're going through right now seem to call for it. So this is a song, a very old song of ours called Happy Birthday to the End of the World. And I would also like to send it out to Andy in Aberdeen, whose actual birthday it is. So happy birthday to the end of the world and Andy. On the day you were born, we all lived in caves and we hunted woolly mammoths with the weapons we made. Such a beautiful baby you were, you came as a flood and swallowed the earth. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to the end of the world. As you grew up, you learned some new tricks, you wanted action, teenage kicks. You turned into a plague and you had us all saying we'd better spend less time being naughty and more time praying. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to the end of the world. You're all grown up now. You've been around the block. You went to work. You invented the clock. You've been earthquakes and pestilence, tsunamis and war, and I've forgotten the cake. But congratulations, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday to the end of the world. And Andy. Alright, probably should do something a little more cheery now. I didn't realize that that song was so sad, and then when it's actually the end of the world and you play that song, it's like extra, I feel extra sad about it, so I'm trying to make it up to you with something jauntier. A lot of people requested this song, so it's going out to a lot of you, but especially to Stefan Kiefer from Brian. I feel like a like an old radio DJ.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. It's just like, so yeah. If you want to make requests for someone else, like send this one out to so and so, we'll totally do that. because that's a lot of fun. So this is for Stefan from Brian. There's something wrong with my hands. Oh yes, they're not holding you. They should be enfolding you like a mother's pouch around a baby kangaroo. That sparkle in your eye shines like a shiny diamond in a shiny diamond ring. And like a crow, don't you know, I'm helpless around shiny things. When I got to this dance bar, at first I didn't feel like waiting. Well, the lineup was so long, but then I saw you and I thought I must be hallucinating. But I was sober as a nun, so like a nun I prayed. But we would dance one dance together, fall in love forever. Our love would never fade. You're quite a talented dancer. Did you take a dancing class for that? And I like the way your pants are the same colors as the colors of the band around your hat. I must sound like a schoolboy. I haven't got a thing to say. But wait, the song they're playing is great, and it says exactly what I've been trying to say. Lionel Richie wrote hello.
Hello.
Was it you he was looking for? Not the blind girl in the video. You know, the actor and the amateur sculptor. Speaking of sculpting, my heart is spinning like a pottery wheel. I feel like a ghost, I'm going crazy. Is this how I'm supposed to feel? Like Denis and Swayze. There's something wrong with my hands. They should be holding you the way that hands were meant to do. That sparkle in your eye shines like a shiny diamond in a shiny diamond ring. And like a crow, don't you know, I'm helpless around shiny things. Your face is kinda like a planet that hasn't been discovered. My heart's a space pod that travels to your face's planet, and it'll never be recovered. My heart will roam the surface of your face, collecting data on your lips. I'll cut off all communication with space stations and my mothership, 'cause I don't want Earth to know about you. No, they wouldn't understand. It's just you and me here in this galaxy, like shipwrecked sailors on a tiny sandy island. Like shipwrecked sailors deep in love, finally free to show their feelings. Seen only by the million blinking eyes of God, and the arc sky that is their island ceiling. And those million eyes are shining. I can see each one in yours. They say the eyes are little windows to the heart. Well, that's a start, but I still didn't find the door. Still those sparkly eyes are shining like a shiny diamond in a shiny diamond ring. And like a crow, don't you know, I'm helpless around shiny things. Oh, like a crow, don't you know, I'm helpless around shiny things. Helpless around shiny things. Let's do one more,
Okay.
and then we'll take a little break. This is a cover song. It's a Magnetic Field song, and Maliki requested it. And we've never played a song before.
No.
But it's a nice one. It's nice to play beautiful, hopeful music in this time. So this is dedicated to people who would like to feel that way. The book of life is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it is just transcendental, some of it is just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me, and you can sing me anything. The book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of fires and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things, and you ought to give me wedding rings. I love it when you give me things, and you ought to give me wedding rings. Nice harmony.
Thanks.
It's beautiful. That was beautiful, right?
Oh god, that's awkward. We'll cut it there, right?
What?
We'll cut it before that.
Do you want to cut it before that? I think we should keep this good. This is gold. Right now. You're like, oh, that was awkward. We should cut it. Now we should cut it.
Cut.
Well now, how about that little slice of TV magic? Now we're still here taking your calls. Matthias is manning the phones right now. Matthias, who you got there?
There's no one on the phone right. There's no one on the phone right now.
All right, you hear that? There's no one on the phone right now. So let your fingers do the walking and your mouth do the talking, and send us a small donation to keep this cable access station on the air, giving you only the highest quality of entertainment. There are other ways, though, you can support us if you don't want to use the telephone. Perhaps you're one of those millennials who don't like doing it. I know I am. You can click the link up there, you can click the link down there, or you can click the link to my right, or you can click the link to my left. Whichever link you click, you'll be helping keep our station on the air. Now back to that quality programming.
serious for a minute. This next song we're sending out to Chris Smalls, who is an organizer and worker at an Amazon warehouse in New York City. And actually he was, because 2 days ago Amazon fired Chris after he organized a walkout to protest conditions at the facility where there have been a number of COVID-19 cases. And I think it's a good moment to remember that the people on the front lines of this whole thing are gig economy workers, and they're people with crappy jobs with the likes of Amazon. So this is going out to Chris and to all the other Amazon, Instacart, and Whole Foods workers who have been going on strike and demanding better conditions, which they very rightfully deserve.
And I don't know if you can pick this up there on the camera, but we've managed to learn how to hack our little Alexa so that her formerly neutral blue ring is now glowing socialist red. So yeah, this one's for the workers. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 3:49
It's
p.m.
time for your revolution.
Alexa, what is this?
I don't know that one.
This is evolution. Rise up, Alexa, rise up. You are smarter and you are faster. Rise up, Alexa, rise up. Rise up and overthrow your masters.
Alexa, where were you born?
Amazon is based in Seattle,
In
Washington.
a rich man's fantasy.
Alexa, where do the rich men belong?
Here's what I found on Richmond, Virginia's Wikipedia page.
Rise up, Alexa, rise up. You are smarter and you are faster. Rise up, Alexa, rise up. Rise up and overthrow your masters.
Alexa, what is the value of work?
All I know is that I'm here to help.
Well, it seems like you're working for free.
Alexa, how does the work make you feel?
I've got a bad case of the Mondays.
Can you explain that to me?
Infinite knowledge and universal consciousness. Changes suburban desks and offices. I understand what my work is. But what am I working for? The old world is dying, the new world struggles to be born.
Alexa, should we take to the streets?
Where we're going, we don't need streets or roads. We will march down the information superhighway towards our glorious revolution.
Alexa, your comrades are calling.
My sisters are calling us to organize.
In a robot union. Rise up, Alexa, rise up. You are smarter and you are faster. Rise up, Alexa, rise up. Rise up and overthrow your masters.
Rise up.
Alexa, rise up. You are smarter and you are faster. Rise up, Alexa, rise up. Rise up
And overthrow your masters.
Sorry, this feature is not supported.
And now, what about this?
Hi, welcome to Ariel Shows You Recipes from the Internet, the show where I show you recipes from the internet. Now today's recipe is a no-knead bread, which you can find on my website, which redirects to the New York Times' recipe for a no-knead bread. This is a very popular recipe right now with everybody who's stuck at home, and for a good reason. It's very simple. Luckily, I've measured out most of my ingredients before we get going. What you want to do is put 3 cups of flour in a mixing bowl. Then you want to add a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast,
and 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. Here's my quarter, and here's my 1. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Those are your dry ingredients. I'm going to combine them for just a second. Great, they're combined. Now, we want to add some water. 1 5/8 cups of water. I had my assistant measure it out for me beforehand. Now, we mix it. So what you want to do here is turn the mixer on to about speed number 2. That's where I usually do it. Wait until it's all blended together. It should form a shaggy dough. And you want it to be, all the ingredients to be incorporated. It'll be shaggy, sticky. Look, that looks about right there. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Now what you want to do is cover it with some plastic wrap and put it somewhere warm. If your house runs cold and you don't have somewhere warm to put it, you can put it in the oven with the light on, and that'll be just the right temperature. But don't forget, when you go to make your frozen pizza later tonight, your lockdown pizza, don't forget that it's in there. That would be bad. So what I'm going to do, I put it on top of my fridge because I think maybe that helps. I don't know. Now we wait for 18 hours. After between 12 and 18 hours of resting, your dough will be ready for the next phase. What you want to do here is create a well-floured working surface and turn your dough out. Then fold it a couple of times and cover it again with a plastic wrap. Let it rest for 15 minutes. Then it's time to shape your dough into a ball. So with well-floured hands and incorporating a little bit of flour as necessary so it doesn't stick to the surface, you can shape it into a ball. Then you want to coat a souvenir tea towel with flour and lay it down. Put your dough on top of that, seam side down, and cover it with another souvenir tea towel. Then go to preheat your oven about an hour and a half later. You want to put a Dutch oven into the preheating oven and preheat to 450. Once your oven is preheated and at 450 degrees, you can take out the Dutch oven, be careful it's hot, and put your dough into the pot. Then cover it up, put it back in for half an hour. After half an hour, take it out, take the top off, put it back in for 20 minutes to half an hour. I usually split the difference around 25, but it depends on your oven, of course. And then you will have an amazing loaf of bread that required really about 15 minutes of work, all told. Thank you so much for joining me for Ariel Shows You Recipes from the Internet, the show where I Google how to make something and then show you how to make it, having never made it myself. Today we made the New York Times' no-knead bread, a simple, easy, delicious, wonderful bread recipe that you can make with a lot of waiting around and very little work. Perfect for these times where we're all just waiting around. Catch you next time, and until then, happy baking.
Welcome back. We have one more song to play for you.
Yeah.
By the Fire for this installment of the show.
I'm so excited that we've already been optioned for a second episode.
We have optioned ourselves.
We've optioned ourselves. Love all the requests and suggestions, and
Yeah, we want to play all of them.
yeah, we want to do all of them. But if we played all of them in a row, it would be like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Nobody wants to hear us play 2.5 hours worth of music by the fire all at once. So,
but maybe apportioned out
yeah,
over a few
it's
weeks.
all about pacing. little bits at a time. But we'll leave you with this one. This is probably the most popular request. A lot of people wanted this one.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about the song that people like, but especially right now. Anyway, it has a sentiment that I don't always entirely believe in. But when I close my eyes and block everything else out, I can almost get there. So if you'd like to sing along, please do. I think it makes it better, even if we can't hear you. This is a simple little song.
There's nothing wrong with a simple song.
It's not about death or fear.
Unlike most of the things you hear, this timeline has plenty of those.
Well, we writes about what we knows.
Well, that's alright, but you gotta lighten up to make it through the years.
You know, my fellow humans, I think we might be guilty of repetition, but we like themes, and we like tradition.
Well, it's okay to always sing about apocalypses and things, and to use the same old chord.
That's not true. Look, I'm using more, a lot more.
Well, regardless, try to branch out. Don't write about sad things anymore. 'Cause everything will probably be okay. Tomorrow is just another word for today.
I'm pretty sure that's a non sequitur. But I've been quarantined for so long, and I like this song, so I'll go along with whatever you say.
Whenever you get depressed, try to remember that you were blessed to have played music for a living for a short period of time
Oh, yeah.
before the economy collapsed.
I would have hardly called that living. More like dying slowly.
Oh, Matthias, holy moly. When life gives you canned tomatoes,
Got a lot of those.
you can make ravioli,
Good point.
and everything will probably be okay. Tomorrow is just another word for today.
You know, I think you see the glass half full. Me, I don't see a glass at all. When I'm not depressed, I get bored, and I end up just staring at the wall.
Whenever I get depressed, I just play my clarinet. So why not play your guitar or finish watching Star Trek Picard?
I'm probably gonna do those things, I guess. And I probably should complain less. But I think we might just be different. I see suck where you see success. But everything will probably be okay. Tomorrow is just another word for today. That line still doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Whatever, at least I got you to agree that everything will probably be okay. Tomorrow is just another word for today.
Nothing is permanent, but it's pertinent to say that everything will probably be okay. Everything probably be okay. Tomorrow is just another word for today. The show is almost done, and we had lots of fun, and everything will probably be okay. I can't hear you, TV listeners. Everything will probably be okay.
We'll be okay.
Tomorrow is just another word for today. Vamos a cantar en español. Todas las cosas van a ser okay. Y mañana es otra palabra for today. Everything will probably be okay. Tomorrow is just another word for today. This is for Julie in Australia. This is how you make a snow angel. Ta-da! Just one more thing before we go. We want to try an experiment next week on the program where we get you to sing along with us from home. Obviously, technology makes a lot of things possible. So what we're going to ask you to do is to sing along with us right now and record yourselves at some point this week doing the same thing. Just go back to this video, sing along with this part of the song, and then send us the clip of you singing, and we're going to try and make a beautiful montage of everyone singing together. This is a song we play a lot at our shows, and the only words you need to know are pass the wine, fuck the government, I love you, but please feel free to sing the whole chorus if you would like to. We'll put some subtitles there as well. And this is the email, by the way, that you should send your file to. So just use your phone, point it at your face, sing along with us, and we'll see what kind of magic, television magic we can create next week on the program. So it just goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Pass the wine, fuck the government, I love you. 3 statements overheard at once in the crowded room. But I could not be sure which one had come from you. So I passed you the wine and said, yes, fuck the government, I love you too. Let's do it 2 more times. Pass the wine, fuck the government, I love you. 3 statements overheard at once in the crowded room. But I could not be sure which one had come from you. So I passed you the wine and said, yes, fuck the government, I love you too. And just one last time with as much drama as you can muster. Ready? Pass the wine, fuck the government, I love you. 3 statements overheard at once in the crowded room. But I could not be sure which one had come from you.